Well, not greetings and salutations to you all once again. It is either Ivan or Spectre. And once again, I'm taking a break at work and wanted to make a little bit of a video regarding older games in reference to the discs, even cartridges for that matter. There was a time in my life where I was really wanted to get back into some older games that I had either missed out on or ended up getting sold in the past. And I started to think to myself, I'm like, is it really worth it to go and bother with getting them complete in box or getting them brand new? Well, surely not brand new because brand new is out the ass. But basically, getting them complete in box, stuff like that, obviously, you know that the price is going to go up. So, as you guys have seen in some of the previous uploads that I've been doing lately with some of the games that I had been showcasing, I've really been going for loose. If I can just get the discs, that's the main thing right there. It's the meat of the game, it's the soul of the game, you know. Or I guess you could just say the soul of the game because that's what you just want the soul. Your soul is mine. So, if you get it loose, then you've already got the soul of the game. You don't have the body, you don't have the flesh and the muscles and the nervous system and all this other stuff, which would be the case that is housed in, that houses the soul, and the instruction booklet, which I guess would be the brain, because you got to read it. Yeah, I went way out in left field there, but what do you expect? Especially coming from me. But anyways, the fact of the matter is I've really had a lot of luck with finding either bundles or loose games, and I've been getting them cheaper. Now, granted, sometimes you can't always expect these games to be in pristine condition, especially knowing how old they are. This goes for cartridges as well. Getting them loose is probably a much better route. If it does cost just a little bit more depending on the game in terms of getting the booklet or the box with it or what have you or all together, it might be worth actually sacrificing that few extra dollars. But at the same time, if you can go for loose, then go for loose. I mean, footloose. Anyways, okay. We're not going to get into that. Copyright strike. You're singing a song. You ain't got the rights to it. We're going to take this video down. But anyways, back to the topic because I went off the rails there. That's to be expected. But I ended up getting a disc doctor recently, as a matter of fact, a skip doctor as it's called. It's an automated one. That son of a bitch takes 6 freaking batteries, 6 freaking AA batteries, man. I need to get me a power adapter because that's freaking insane. But you guys have probably heard these things before. There's a solution that you spray on it. You send it through like 2 full rotations. Then you wipe off any excess solution. And then you buff it with a little buffing pad. And it should work. It's not going to look pretty on the bottom, but it's going to work. I actually ended up testing out a couple of them last night, which was Breath of Fire 3 and 4. And they seemed to me like they had been working pretty good. So I was glad I got one of those. I've never used one before. I never got it. Never had anything to do with it. So I'm glad I finally managed to get one. It was like $30-some or something like that to be able to finally use it on some of these older games. And it doesn't work with all discs either. Like, well, I'm not talking about like discs if they end up having like really deep scratches or something. It could be just the case you need to just get a whole new game because sometimes some scratches just can't be repaired, I guess, unless you got like a $3,000 disc repair thingy, which I know that those actually cost, some of those cost that amount, and it's really insane to think that I can understand businesses getting them. It would make sense for businesses to get them, but personal folks, I'm just like, dang. Some folks have said, like, if you end up getting one and it has a lot of scratches in it, you can just send it through it and it would spit it out like it's brand new. It could probably be scratched all the hell and back, look like old Mr. Kitty got a hold of it and wanted to have a field day with it, got high on catnip and just scratched the shit out of it and bit it and kicked it across the floor and pissed on it and everything else in existence. So knowing that it seems like this skip doctor is actually working, and it seems like it works better too because of the fact that I'm saving money. I'm not going to these other game stores and paying large amounts of money to be able to get these things repaired. I just want to go ahead and take a chance with one of these things. If it doesn't work in the long run, I don't know if I can send it back and just get my money back or whatever. I really don't know how that whole process works. I have to find out. But if it doesn't work for me in the long run, then I just won't bother with it again. I'll just end up going to game shops or something to be able to repair these things if that's the best way for me to be able to go about doing it. But always, I know it's probably one of the best alternatives, especially if you're trying to save money. It truly is one of the best alternatives that you can do. to save money, not buying them complete in box, not getting anything with them, just getting the game itself and then leaving it at that. Even if you got to put it in a case that's just a regular ordinary case, you know, plain and simple. At least you have it. That's the main thing. You can complete it at any other point in time, even if you know somebody or know somewhere you can go, or even if you happen to have a color printer, go online and I guess print out the manuals and put them in there. Or if you know you can get the manuals super cheap or get them for free from someone or whatever, then do it like that, even with the cases as well, like the double disc cases, which is kind of strange because some of those cases, PS1 cases, not all of them had multiple discs in them. Some of them just had one, and it shipped in like a 2-disc kind of thing, you know, 2 to 4 discs. And I'm just like, that's just strange. I guess they wanted to make the game seem like you were getting something huge, really huge and massive, you know, and surely enough it was just 1 disc, but I don't know. But anyways, I guess like grand scale JRPGs, it's known to be known for that, so I can understand the mentality behind that, I guess you could say. But anyways, I just want to go ahead and make a quick video about this on my thoughts on me really focusing on trying to get games loose from now on. If I happen to luck out and find something complete in box for really cheap, or find something with a booklet or whatever, then so be it. Just like with Breath of Fire 4, for example, it came in a regular CD jewel case. I wonder why they call it a jewel case. It's not made out of jewels. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But anyways, it came with the booklet and with the game, obviously. It didn't come in the original case. It didn't have the backing on it or anything like that, which is fine. Doesn't bother me. But, I mean, for the price I ended up getting both of those at, I thought it was worth it. So, yeah, you just need to be really savvy in terms of how you want to go about trying to collect retro games and older games and stuff like that, and how they look and how you're going to take care of them and how other people took care of them and so on and so forth. Retro is a really huge market, but at the same time, it doesn't have to beat you in the wallet. It can, if you know how to shop and end up getting just the games themselves, then you can come out really good. You can come out just spending a normal amount of money, you know, just, I can't really place a number or anything, but just what you would think would be a good amount to be able to spend on said games, you know, not like you're breaking the bank or anything or something like that. But anyways, I want to go ahead and make this little video, have a little discussion about it. If anybody has any thoughts or comments or anything, leave them below and we'll get into a little talk about it. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this like I always do. Later, taters.